Someone hands you their phone. There is a photo on the screen, and you are in it. Watch what happens in your chest. Before you have decided anything, before you have looked at the lighting or the composition or anyone else in the frame, something in you has already recoiled. And the first words out of your mouth are almost always the same. Delete that one. You look at that photograph and you do not see yourself. You see something slightly wrong. The nose is off. The jaw is doing something strange. It does not look like the person you saw in the mirror an hour ago. You probably assume this means you are unphotogenic, that cameras are cruel, that the angle was bad, that some people are simply built for photographs and you are not. There is a real answer that gets given here, and it is worth knowing because it is half of the truth. The face in your mirror is reversed. It is a left-right flip of the face everyone else sees. And you have been looking at that flipped version your entire life. Every morning, every window, every bathroom. Thousands upon thousands of exposures to a face that does not exist anywhere except in reflections. There is a well-known finding on this, published by Theodore Mitta and his colleagues in 1977. They showed people photographs of themselves, both the true image and the mirror image, and asked which they preferred. People chose the mirror version. Then they showed those same pairs to the participants' close friends. The friends chose the true image. Same face, two groups, opposite answers, each one preferring whichever version they had seen more often. So the camera is not lying to you. It is showing you a stranger you have technically never met. That explanation is correct, and it is everywhere, and it is not enough. Because it does not explain video, where nothing is flipped and you still wince. It does not explain why you dislike photos taken from angles you have never seen of yourself in any mirror. And it does not explain the strangest part of all, the part almost nobody asks about. Why do you like photographs of your friends? They are not flipped for you. You see your friends the same way the camera does, every single day. By this logic, their photos should look completely normal to you, and they do. Meanwhile, your friend is standing next to you saying, "Delete that one," about a picture you think is lovely. Something is happening that a left-right flip cannot account for. Here is the twist. You have assumed that you carry an accurate picture of your face in your head and that the camera distorts it. But you have it backwards. The camera is the honest one. The picture in your head is the edit. In 2008, two researchers named Nicholas Epley and Erin Whitchurch ran a set of experiments that are uncomfortable to think about for more than a few seconds. They photographed their participants. Then they used morphing software to blend each person's face toward more attractive faces and toward less attractive ones in small increments. Then they put all the versions into a lineup mixed with strangers' faces and asked a simple question. Which one is you? People picked the enhanced version. When their face had been made roughly 20% more attractive, they identified that image as their genuine, untouched photograph. And it was not a slow, flattering guess. In a lineup of distracting faces, they found the beautified version of themselves faster. Their recognition system locked onto it more quickly than onto the real one. Read that again, because it is stranger than it first sounds. It is not that you look at a photo and decide you look bad. It is that your brain is holding a reference image of your own face that has been quietly improved, and it is using that improved version to recognize you. The photograph is not failing to match reality. It is failing to match the edit. Two honest notes, because they matter. The researchers themselves flagged a limitation. One of the procedures they used, a symmetry manipulation, turned out to have ambiguities they had not anticipated, and they said so in the paper. The main morphing results held up, but they did not oversell it, and neither will I. And the effect was not simple vanity. It tracked with implicit measures of self-worth, the automatic kind, and not with what people said about themselves out loud. This is not happening in the part of you that has opinions about your appearance. It is happening underneath that, in the machinery that matches a face to a name. Now here is the part that makes this worth knowing, and it is the finding I keep returning to. The enhancement did not only happen for the participants' own faces, it happened for their friends' faces too. shown morphed versions of someone they cared about. People again recognized the improved image as the true one. And crucially, this did not happen for strangers. A stranger's face was identified accurately. The beautification was reserved precisely and automatically for the self and for the people it loves. So the machinery is not a vanity engine. It is something closer to affection, expressing itself in the visual system, which means the photograph you hate and the photograph your friend loves are not in conflict. They are both accurate reports. You are comparing a real face against your own edit and finding it wanting. They are comparing that same real face against their edit of you, the one built out of years of actually liking you and finding it perfectly right. So the next time someone hands you their phone and everything in you clenches and reaches for delete that one, stop for a second before you say it. That is not a bad photograph of you. It is a photograph of the version of you that everyone else has been looking at and getting fond of this entire time. The person you keep flinching away from is the only one they have ever known.